Let me tell you a story. It's dinner time in a busy Hong Kong restaurant. A cell phone rings. On the other end, there's shocking news. A jet airplane has just hit New York's World Trade Center. It's likely an accident, Leslie Robertson thought as he overheard that conversation, like in 1945, when a B-25 bomber got lost in the fog and collided with the Empire State Building. Robertson and his partner John Skilling had anticipated a lost-in-the-fog accident in 1966 when they did all the structural engineering for New York City's innovative Twin Towers. But when he returned to his hotel room, Robertson discovered this was not at all like 1945. Instead, out of the clear blue morning sky on September 11th, 2001, two hijacked jetliners were commandeered like missiles into the Twin Towers. Both skyscrapers were leveled, and 3,000 souls were lost. Less than a month after that horrible day, Leslie Robertson stood solemnly in front of the National Council of Structural Engineers. The topic, his thoughts on the collapse of his state-of-the-art engineering. Here, you can see classical tension failure, he said, pointing to slide after slide of twisted steel, jagged exterior panels, and piles of rubble at ground zero. Robertson spoke clinically, like a medical examiner narrating an autopsy. Next slide, he said. Here you can see columns displaced. Welds are sheared off. Classical failures. Robertson finished his prepared text, and the moderator opened the floor for questions. And from the back of the room, an attendee shouted, "Is there anything you wish you had done differently in the design of the towers?" Well, the room was hushed to silence as Robertson's matter-of-fact review turned into a wrenching emotional experience. I wish I had made it stand up longer. His voice quaked and was reduced to a whisper. Every soul was important. And then Robertson stopped, stood alone at center stage, and wept. Robertson had done his best work. His team designed the towers to withstand the chance impact of a Boeing 707, the largest aircraft imaginable in 1966. No one could reasonably expect him to anticipate two Boeing 767s with more than 10,000 gallons of explosive jet fuel in the tanks, ramming nose first into the 94th and 78th floors of these lower Manhattan monuments. Yet, Robertson couldn't escape the feeling of anguish of not living up to the highest expectations he had for himself. "I have a lot of tough nights," he later told the New Yorker. "I go to sleep for a little bit, but I wake up thinking, had I done a bit more? Had the towers stood up for just 1 minute longer?" I have so many thoughts. On the commemorative website for the original World Trade Center, next to Robertson's picture, is a quote. And that quote explains every one of his anguished nights, using Robertson's own words. "The robustness and stamina of the buildings is my responsibility. All the drawings have my name on them." I think of Robertson often whenever I'm putting words to a page, planning content and tone for a group, when I'm researching and considering what you deserve from me. He's my beacon. His story lights the way. When you step up, I tell myself, don't half-ass it. Don't make any excuses. Don't gloss over important details. Don't drop the ball. And don't ever let anyone convince you to stop until you know you have done your best. What did I learn from Leslie Robertson? I learned the immutable meaning of commitment and professionalism. His motto is now mine. The robustness and stamina of my work is my responsibility. And I put my name on it. But that's what I learned. What does it mean to you? I won't let you down.